Well, thank you so much for staying with us. It's still the Breakfast Show. Today we're talking education because it's a Monday. And children living on the streets in most parts of the country as a result of poverty are a very common sight in Ghana today. And poverty has compelled many of these children actually to take to living on the streets to fend for themselves due to the inability of the parents and guardians to provide for them their basic needs. And for some of these parents and guardians, the cost of living and the difficulty in coming by money for the 3 square meals is actually a challenge. And so these children are left on their own and they do their own thing on the streets. But there is a new lease of life to some of these children. A street academy is there for them to actually access education in order for them to also get more enlightened, more literate, and then to be able to live better lives. I have with me guests from the Street Academy who will be helping us to understand this concept better. And they are Mr. Atalate, he's the CEO of the Street Academy. And I also have Anita Anand, she's an administrator there. And then Dr. John Arnold, he is from PEP. He is actually the CEO and also a National Commissioner of Education in the USA. Thank you so much for joining me. Right, so let's welcome to Ghana.
Thank you.
How do you like Ghana?
Well, I feel it's my home. Actually, I live in Old Baika most of the year.
Right,
in the
that's
Volta
the Volta
region.
region.
Yes, your area. So yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So you've been here for how long?
Since 2010.
Right. You've been frequenting Ghana since 2010.
Yes. Right.
And since then, you've made it your home.
Yes, I feel it's my home.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And Mr. Talate, let's talk about the Street Academy. What is it about? What's the concept?
Don't bring Mr. Atalate, it's a simple name.
You're Atalate. Thank you.
Well, the Street Academy has existed since 1986. What we do, we are doing non-formal education. We call it child literacy.
Okay.
We bring children who have never had an opportunity to go to school at the age of 10 to 15. Then we prepare them every year. Those who academically excel, we send them to public school. And a lot of children have passed through our project. Are doing very, very well. That
right.
I'm very proud of what we are doing.
Okay, so Anita, tell us, how long has it been in existence?
For 27 years now. Yes.
Oh, so it's always been with us.
Yes.
So how come it's now that I'm hearing about it?
Then maybe Kakrama, maybe you don't watch TV.
Really?
You don't read newspapers. GTV Unique has been our home.
Okay, okay.
You saw
okay.
me talking to
right, the Unique guys, yes. Exactly. Okay, so I should watch TV more.
Watch TV more. Don't just come and report on the
Okay,
TV.
that's fine. Interesting. So let's talk about what the objectives are. I think I'll get back to you. What really, when you started, what really motivated you to actually begin this Street Academy?
Immediately after school, I became a prison warder.
Okay.
So my dad was a prison warder. I was also listed into the prison service. I found that children come to prison not with any fault of them, but because within the community there's no protection, no supervision. So any little thing, the children are being cut up, sent to police station, court, then they are jailed. Right. So what can some of us do to support these children? So I started the recreation activities that end up to the Street Academy.
Interesting. And Anita, how do you get the children, and how do they start their courses there?
Most of the times they are brought in by their neighbors, those who live in the community, community leaders, and sometimes also they are also brought in by their grandparents, because most of these less privileged children are taken care of by their grandparents.
Okay.
Yes.
And so far, you have how many of these street children?
We have 60 children. Yeah.
Wow. And what do you teach them?
The basis of maths and English. Yes, and creative arts.
Right. Yeah. Right. I'll highlight a bit more on that. But let me bring in Doc. Now, so Doc, how have you been supporting the Street Academy?
Well, I actually learned about the Academy last year.
Okay.
When I was visiting the Art Center during the summer. And in the U.S., I also work with street children, but they're of older age, high school age, and we have kids that are homeless. So poverty and education knows no frontiers. So our school, PEP in Arizona, identifies with the street academy here. We're dealing with the same young people, same issues, same problems. So when I visited the school, I noticed there was a number of things. I met with the director, the administrator. We needed to raise money for salaries. We needed to get amenities in with electricity, Wi-Fi or internet, to get whiteboards, to make sure there was food there.
Right.
So we went back to the U.S. and talked to people about what we saw, and our teachers and administrators that work with the same kind of kids said, maybe we can do something. So we don't have a lot of money, but we, I think, have done some very substantial things to make sure the salaries are paid, to make sure that the food is there, and to support the fine work that these people are doing. So that's kind of where we are with this.
Interesting. And so apart from the help that you have from Joke and his people, what other help do you get?
Initially, where we are is a government property at the art center.
Oh, okay.
Then government also supported us with some few national service personnel, but not financially.
Okay. So you have to cater for them that way. And so you are the art center.
We are the art center.
You have a specially designated place for you.
Yes, the art center. We call that place the art center nest.
Okay. That's interesting. And all of these 60 children are able to get a facility there to study.
We have 3 classes that we've divided the children into. In fact, we can cater for a lot of about the space. So every class have 20 children that we manage. Because at the end of every academic year, those who excel, we send them to the public school that we are supporting. Then we bring in new one to feed up those that we've sent. Like 2003, 2004 academic year, we sent 28 children to the public school. Nobody stays at the street academy more than 3 years. Between 1 to 3 years, we've identified your area of interest. Academically doing well, we'll put you into school. Not doing well, then we'll find some trade. We just want you to have a bright future.
Right.
Yes, so it shouldn't be a liability on the government and the population.
Have you had any success stories?
A lot. I'm very proud.
Which Agbeku?
Agbeku, the 2009 bantamweight champion, is a product of the street academy. I'm very proud of myself. Yes. And we have 6 children that have passed through. They are in the university. 2 has finished. The 2 were supported by the Ochini, and Mrs. Sampiakufi also is supporting about 42 children, girls, in the public school. SS.
Exactly. Now, so when you have them like that, and then they go into the public school system, then you bring more on board.
Yeah, that's what we've been doing.
Right. And you said you give them basically literacy.
Yes, honestly, we are not doing the formal academical way.
Right.
Because they've never had opportunity to go to school. So we liaise with the non-formal education. We have our own syllabus. Yet they want to know how to maybe spell 2, 3 letter words that they can get into the public school and catch up
with that. Interesting. And so how do you get the teachers, the administrators and all of that?
National Service is providing us with personnel to help teach the kids. And we also have foreign volunteers from all over the world coming to help. Then we also have local teachers. 2 of them are even past students or the former students of the street academy.
Wow. Yes. So they've gone and then come back to give back to their colleagues.
They want to pay back to society what they've gained.
Interesting. Now, so Doc, so apart from supporting the street academy in Accra here, what other projects do you undertake in Ghana?
Well, you've been passing some photographs of actually the Volta region, Old Baika area. We do festivals out there. We've been very concerned about the tree cutting because Volta region is one of the most vulnerable tree cutting dangerous areas in the world. All the hardwoods are gone. The silk trees are being cut by people that don't have permits. And so we just had a marathon, and some of those pictures are there. And the reason those are being shown is that the reason we have problems in the city is because the young people in the rural areas have nothing to do. So we promoted these marathons. We've been renovating schools out there, doing boreholes, helping clinics. We've just started a honey project with Atlas Foods where we put beehives out. We train young people. So if we can keep them in the rural areas, they won't be coming here. And I think that's one of the real efforts that between the rural parts of Ghana, because this idea of street children, it's a national problem. And if you look 20 years down the road, where are these children going to be? Are they going to be in jail, or are we going to be paying for them in another way? So I think it's very important that we consider we have to act now to save these children. I understand there's 50,000 street children in Accra, and that increases 5% every year. We must stop this trend and reverse it. If not, we're going to have a huge problem socially down the road. That's not only here, but in America we face the same problems. If we don't take care of our young people, provide them options, training and education, we end up having to pay for them in prison.
Right. Right, and over the years, what have been your challenges?
Financially, financially, we are
challenged.
Yes. So, like Arnold is saying, Mary came and saw something. My priority is let's give the children one good square meal a day.
Okay.
Some of them even come because of the food that they will eat.
Wow.
We give lunch at 11 o'clock. The person will come 10:30 after eating, he's gone.
Really?
Very, 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 very.
But do you have any facility for them, like to put up, or it's just a matter of the common?
Honestly, we've gone very far. We are just trying to raise some few fund. Chin is doing very well to raise some fund in the US to come so that we can. Where we are is very small. Wanted to. It's my dream. Let me have a very big facility for children. The next 2 days I die and go, I'm safe.
Really?
Very, very.
Wow, interesting. And so, what achievements would you say you've chalked up so far?
We've been able to send hundreds of the kids to the formal school.
Okay.
And right now we have about 4 in the university, then so many of them in the SHS.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So those are some of the things that you've
and
been able
world-renowned boxers and footballers.
Of course. And so let's look at the availability of resources and logistics. Doc was saying that they had to come in. So far, are you okay with the support?
Honestly,
or you still need more?
We still need more. Yeah, we still need more. Normally, every year we do 3 fundraising activities. Like in coming March, we are going to play the former national the Accra All Stars.
Right.
The children play. We don't care whether we win or we lose. Our personalities come and some few people donate to support. And in July we have health work to raise money. And every December, the rest of our money will go to National Theatre and spend it. And the next year we start again. Because some of them even they are in Accra Center. They don't even know where the National Theatre is. So we bring them to the National Theatre, come and sit down there, eat with personalities, and grow to become like that personality. So every year, that's where we struggle to look for money to bring these children to play. Arnold saw it last December, and it was so amazing. Like, yes, this is what we want the children to grow up. So they shouldn't even go to wayside to buy things. Go to restaurant like Papa and buy something and eat.
Really?
Yes, that's what we are teaching them to do.
But isn't that also teaching them not to be modest?
Oh, when you, like somebody was saying, when you want to become poor, you become poor. Become rich in this way, so think high.
But you shouldn't blow away your money, even if you're rich. Okay, interesting. But the skills and capabilities of these children, how do you think it's been enhanced?
Well, I've participated. I do some art classes, and we've been supporting their cultural music and arts because we feel that a lot of our traditions, whether it be in America or be here, are being lost to more modern ways, and we're losing our identity. So we're working very hard here, as well as in the Volta region. We're having a festival of traditional music and dance among the children on July 19th. But I think it's very important that we do that. As far as the skill sets of the kids, they're very bright. We've been seeing some pictures pass of the children in their boxing tournament the other day. We had a Liberian national boxer there named Hurricane. He told me afterwards, boy, those kids beat me up. They were really good. So their acumen with education is coming. Their interest in sports, tradition, music. We even have table tennis, which for the kids that are more passive. But I think sports is very good for getting aggression out, because kids coming off the street have had a lot of really difficult things, and so I think the sports part really helps negate some of that negativism and creates positive energy.
And in the next few years, how do you see the Street Academy?
Well, I think this is something that not I see, but this is an issue of all Ghana, because this is our future. Our children are our future, and we cannot afford to have 50,000 kids in the streets in Accra and 5% increase every year, because this will be a disaster to us in our future generations. So we have to act now, and I hope that the government, the NGOs, the churches, and others recognize the work that's being done. This is a great model, could be replicated in many other parts of the city. So I just hope people will get on board and support the Street Academy and the wonderful work they're doing.
All right, thank you so much. And that's Dr. John Arnold. He's the CEO of PEP. That's an NGO in the USA, and then also he's a National Commissioner of Education in the USA. And he's here with Anita Anan, an administrator at the Street Academy, and Atta Late, the man who refuses to be called Mr. He's the CEO of the Street Academy. Thank you so much, and then we hope that the good work you're doing would be recognized and people will come to support